What's up, YouTube? Today is quite the day because something ridiculous has happened that I found out about. Okay, so this is sort of blown up on a forum. Basically, the forum's bodybuilding.com, and long story short, this guy found a guy on Facebook he's probably like mutual friends with or a friend of a friend, and this guy looks pretty darn nerdy. Let's just be honest, okay? And long story short, he looks nerdy, he's overweight, and he just so happens to be ridiculously good with girls based on what's on his Facebook. And so this person, he posts all these pictures of this guy, and I'm not going to post any pictures in this actual video out of respect to this actual guy, but what happened was it blew up on the forum. There's like 30 pages on this topic because it's not just one picture. Like, this guy is legitimately good with girls. At least that's what it seems based on the pictures procured off his Facebook. And all the names and everything were blurred out, thankfully. Hopefully this guy will never find out about it. If it blows up even more, maybe not. But I think it's a good thing because it's awesome. And there's all these pictures, and all of them have like 50 to 100 likes and hundreds of comments. So you can tell this guy is actually very charismatic as well, not just good with girls. And here's probably the donger. He has all these pictures with him making out with girls and him just going out on dates with really attractive girls, blonde girls that look like ridiculously good looking, like models and so forth. And he's just this, nerdy, sort of slightly overweight guy. Okay, a little bit more than slightly overweight, bless his soul. But he's doing all this, and the forum is just blown up. People are posting responses with GIFs. And if you guys don't know what GIFs are, they're like animated pictures, and these GIFs are just like shocked faces, like they're usually like taken from some like movie or something, just like shocked faces and ridiculous reactions. And I don't know, my personal reaction, first I was shocked, second I was like, is this legit? I mean, I don't even know if it's legit, but after like the like fifth picture where he's not just like hanging with the girls, like he's actually making out with them, and then it became apparent that this guy is like still in high school. Like, I don't even know, like, this guy has something going. He has a natural talent for this sort of thing, and props to him, because I mean, I'm still trying to figure out. And the biggest thing was this was actually posted on Reddit soon afterwards, and one of the most upvoted comments, which I really agree with, is it went something like, I am both flabbergasted and at the same time really happy about this. And that's, I think, what more or less how I feel, because if it is true, and if it's not like how a lot of the people on bodybuilding.com are sort of responding to this as, and they're pretty much saying, oh, this guy's friend zone, just because he has all these pictures with all these girls doesn't mean that he's getting anywhere with them, he's just friend zone. The point is, like, if this is legit, like, confidence is truly a must. And it can be done without confidence, but let me rephrase that. Confidence doesn't have to be a must, but confidence is definitely something that's very powerful, and it's a huge factor. And I think it's more so than confidence, because judging from the comments in his pictures and the amount of likes, this guy is severely charismatic and has a tremendous personality. In fact, he captions most of these pictures, and based on his captions and the way he sort of like responds to the girls who comment back, like, this guy has like 50 plus likes on each video, each image on Facebook, and then like 50 plus comments, most from attractive girls. And all I gotta say is, judging from his responses and his captions, this guy has a deckload of personality. He's flirtatious. He's not afraid to say sexual stuff in his comments, and he's just really bad at it. I mean, bad in a good way. He's bad. Like he'll put in winky faces, and he'll say like flirtatious stuff and very sexual stuff too. And you can tell this guy's very charismatic. He's got a deckload of personality, and I don't know. I'm trying to look at it two ways, like partly as inspiration, but a small side of me, which I'm not too proud of, is it's kind of like most of the bodybuilding.com forum, which they're pretty much like in outrage. Like the entire forum went into an upsetted state. This thread got like 40 plus pages, and they're just flabbergasted. They're outraged. They're saying all this stuff. It can't be true. They're posting animated pictures of people throwing chairs at the wall. They're posting pictures of people like ramming their head through doors and like destroying walls with their punches and stuff like that. That's how outraged they are. And I guess you can tell that a lot of them got into bodybuilding for the wrong reasons. A lot of them probably got into it because they felt like, oh, looks are so important. If I get looks, then I can get girls. And they're just like outraged and so forth. And quite honestly, I'm at a loss for words, because it's just a new sort of side to things. Like I kind of already knew about this before, but this is like legitimate proof for the first time. Like it's not just like a couple pictures. It's like this guy's pretty darn good with girls. And I don't even know what to say anymore, because for me, I've gone through years of dating advice, including a couple paid dating products that I've gone through. Don't worry, I didn't pay too much for them. And yeah, not too much to show for it, to be honest. But that's something I've sort of mentioned in my other videos. It's not because I don't get good responses. It's just, I don't know. I don't really feel like continuing it with the girls that are receptive because of my standards. I don't even know what I'm saying. So in conclusion, let this be potentially some sort of inspiration to you. And I was thinking about, saving a few of the pictures and posting them along in this video, but I decided not to do this out of respect to this guy. And I'm just going to link the thread. Most likely the pictures may be taken down fairly quickly if things turn out the way they do and this guy finds out about this. But long story short, it's just this guy with glasses, overweight, ridiculously good. Like all these pictures of him like making out with girls with these blonde bombshells sitting on his lap and so forth. And the biggest picture that stuck out for me was actually one that wasn't him making out with girls. And by the way, it's not like all these pictures are at parties either. Like a lot of them are just in the daytime or just naturally him sitting there. It's not like he's some sort of crazy party or drug addict or anything like that, which a lot of people stereotype that it's something you need to do to get these girls. Well, it's not even like that. I do think that he's still human. He probably still has issues. He's probably gotten rejected before, and maybe that's how he eventually got to his state. Like there's a lot of unknowns we don't know about this, and maybe the pictures he did post were the ones where he was successful, whereas there was a lot of failures as well. We don't know. And quite honestly, sure, he may have gotten a lot of makeouts with a few girls, but the majority were him just hanging out with girls. And basically the two I liked the most were the one where he's just sitting there, and the caption of the photo was something like hanging out with these beautiful hoes on a date, winky face. It was something very flirtatious and sexual, and it was just like him at Starbucks with these two girls, and he's like this overweight guy with glasses, and these two girls they looked amazing. But long story short, this guy's still human. Don't get so outraged about it. And on top of that, like, he's sitting there, right? And the biggest picture for me, it wasn't even one where there was any girls in it. It was just him, and he was just sitting there smiling. He was standing and smiling, and it was like a before and after, and it was like a year difference, and he had lost a little bit of weight, and the caption was something like the biggest gift to me is losing weight this past year. And what I saw in the comments was, like, first off, it was like 50 plus likes on that video, or not video, that photo. And on top of that, it was like dozens of comments, most seemingly from girls, and they weren't just one word comments, they were like sentence long comments, and they were saying really supportive stuff like, "I love you, Chris. You're doing great, Chris. You're looking awesome, Chris." And wow, this guy he's definitely very charismatic. He definitely has a loud personality. The biggest thing for him though, and I mean, a lot of guys are gonna just get outraged about this, but I actually have advice for this guy, and he may never watch this video, but honestly, like, I'm kind of scared, because when you get so good and invested with girls at such an early age at high school, your academics and grades start to sort of deteriorate, because you're investing a lot of time into this sort of thing and spending a lot of time doing this sort of thing when you could be studying. And this isn't like some sort of like backlash, like, oh, aha, I found some sort of flaw to this guy, he's not a god. That's not my mentality behind it. It's something to tell all my viewers out there. You gotta sort of balance everything and realize that girls aren't everything in life, okay? A lot of people get this completely wrong, and I feel like that's sort of why it sort of blew up on bodybuilding.com. I mean, this thread was posted, and it has like 20 plus pages of responses, and most of them are users of the forum who are just completely outraged and saying stuff like, "Oh, he's friend zone, it can't be true." The biggest thing is they fail to realize that getting girls should not be your epitome in life. And I know that's really hard, and coming from me, like, that's probably not the best. It's not the best source if you see my previous videos. Yeah, most of my videos are on girls, and you can tell I'm fairly consumed about them despite not having that much results. But they shouldn't be like your hugest goal in life. If you're spending like your entire day just fantasizing and thinking and idolizing these girls, it's not going to turn out well. Like, you should have other things in life that interest you, that you find enjoyment out of, that you're proud of if you're successful about. How about your job? Like, for me, for instance, I'm starting to really get into investing and stock and stuff like that, and this is just something I'm doing on the side. And right now I'm still pre-med, and I'm still a general biology major, but I'm doing this, silently on the side and seeing if it can take off. because it seems really darn interesting at times. Sometimes it gets a little boring, but still, you know, I'm taking business classes, and this is something I'm really interested in. And I've done a lot of stuff on the side. I've made websites and made money off of them, and I've done a lot of side projects that I've made money off of, YouTube included. I make a very little amount off of YouTube, but that amount has been increasing, and I'm so proud of it. And despite me having a net decrease in subscribers in the last week or 2 weeks, who cares? Because you know what, in the long run it's still growing, and I'm getting like 1 subscriber net every month over the long run, so I'm very happy about that. It's kind of slow, but you always gotta look at the upside. And I don't know, these people gotta stop complaining and being jealous and so forth. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, a little part of me is a little bit jealous deep down, and I'm like, Urgh. But you just gotta get out there and try, and I guess there's plenty of fish out in the sea. What can I say? That's all I have to say. And yeah, just get out there and try, and don't make it the biggest deal in the world. If you like this video, as always, like, favorite, comment, and hit the subscribe button. And a lot of people might be watching this video after these photos are taken down. All I'm going to do is link the thread in the description below, the actual thread to onbodybuilding.com, which has all these pictures of this guy. Obviously the names and the faces are, well, not the faces, but the names are already blurred out and stuff. But it's interesting. It's very interesting, and who knows, that link itself may be taken down or deleted in the soon future, and all we'll have left is this video. And you can trust me or you can't, but sooner or later in life, from what I've heard, is you're gonna bump into someone like this, and then you're gonna be like, okay, maybe he wasn't lying, maybe Will wasn't lying in that video, even though the link I tried to click was already taken down and the pictures were gone already. You're gonna meet someone, I mean, maybe you already have met someone who's not the best looking but really good with girls. I'm still trying to figure this out. Maybe we can figure this out together. I know a lot of you guys have been watching my other videos and have been seeing me struggle and try and figure this out. So if you have any advice from me, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Much appreciated, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Later.